Hello everyone. Today we will have what is the topic curriculum transaction. As all we know, what is a curriculum? A curriculum, it means all the teaching learning process. Without that, the activities, co-curricular activities, the exam, all other activities which is included in a syllabus or an institution, which a child have to go through this. So it is known as a curriculum. Curriculum, the main word came from the Latin word curre, which means the run race. So curriculum gives the way for a children to acquire all the things what he want to get through a course or an institution. Today we will have the topic what is curriculum transaction. As we know, transaction, it is the duty of a teacher to transfer, to give the content to the audience, that is the learners. So curriculum transaction, which means the content delivery about a specific subject for different learners, different level of learners. In a definition sense, curriculum transaction means it is a process of planning curriculum and organizing learning material for different standards or different subject of study. So, what is the meaning of curriculum transaction? It is the main thing, it is the main activity while in a classroom teaching learning process. So, while we transferring a content, it must be very clear, it must be very clarity, and it must be very simple. So, it is easy for getting the learners. So, curriculum transaction, it includes many components. The first one component is planning the material. The second step is to organize the material. The third one is to implementation. The fourth step is to evaluation of the content. So, these are all the components, or in any other ways, the steps of the curriculum transaction. As teacher educators, we have to be very vigilant about while transacting a content. That means curriculum or syllabus is a part of a curriculum. It gives all the content or concepts what is to be given to the learners. But while we are transacting the material to the learners, we are adding so many activities, teaching aid, other materials which will have to be very attractive for the class. But while the curriculum transaction not only include the content material, but it include the practical work, assignment, projects, and all other activities which is related to the curriculum. While we are transacting the thing, it is from the part of the learners, it is very interesting. Then only we can transact the thing very easily. Now we understood what is curriculum and what is syllabus and what is curriculum transaction. Now we will have a glance about what are the strategies, methods for curriculum transaction. I mean in the classroom structure, classroom interaction. We know the simple and the most easiest method for curriculum transaction is the simple way, lecturing. But without that, there are many ways for content transaction, as it is like the seminar, symposium, using ICT techniques, then brainstorming, group work, project work, symposium, then discussions, self and peer evaluation, team teaching, different kind of club activities, PowerPoint presentations, group discussions, collaborative learning, then field trips, excursions, book reviews, research colloquiums, peer tutoring, brainstorming, quiz. Then the simple way of classroom lecturing or some micro teaching, then demonstration. Like all these are different kind of varieties of content transaction. But we can see that we use simple technique as a lecturing or a classroom interaction. Like this, teacher is giving some content and the learners are passive learners they are accepting, but they can they sit freely, but their mind is wandering. But nowadays we can see lots of many kind of e-learning platform for the content transaction. It is better way, it is the best way to choose the easiest for the content transaction than lecturing. So now we had what are the strategies for content curriculum transaction. Before that, there are so many guidelines, there are so many principles for content transaction. The NCF, National Curriculum Framework 2015, put forward many guidelines for curriculum transaction. Before they put forward, they noticed that the first thing is to contextualize the learning situation. Then only the learners can catch easily what a teacher is transacting. So that is the first thing the NCF put forward, that the most important thing was contextualizing the learning situation for the easy content transaction of the learners. Then the second thing was ensuring the learning situation. There is a shift from the traditional method to the innovative technology. We know that the traditional classrooms follows the simple thing, giving things in a traditional model. It is not effective nowadays. So we have to use the many kind of ICT technologies for the good transaction of the content or material to the children. That is the second thing. The third thing is to enrich in the curriculum beyond the textbooks or classrooms. We have to given the experiences more nourishing for the collaboration of different activities for the learning thing for the children. The third thing was going out beyond the classroom. The third thing was that. The next one is to making the examination more flexible. We are following the traditional examination system, the rote learning only. Now we have open book examination, online examination, like that. So NCF gives stress for the new examination technologies. The last principles they put forward was there is a shift or a change from the traditional methodologies for giving way to the new techniques of teaching learning for the curriculum transaction. Now we had what are the concepts of what is the curriculum and what are the principles and what is curriculum transaction and what are its components, what was the steps and what is the strategies. Finally, we had what are the guiding principles of NCF for the curriculum transaction. As it is, so without that, there are lots of components or factors which is influencing curriculum transaction. What was it? The first thing is the instructor or the teacher. Then the main component is the learner or the audience. Then the textbook, then material, teaching aid, classroom activities, learning aids and use of ICT. These are all the factors which guides the curriculum transaction. So to sum up, what we had today is the concept of curriculum transaction and its guiding principles and its components. Thank you.